completely divine. But his vocabulary is killing this romance of mine. We get into an intimate situation, and then begins this Romeo's conversation. He says murder, he says, every time we kiss. He says murder, he says, at a time like this. He says murder, he says, is that the language of love? He says solid, he says, takes him in his arms and says solid, he says, meaning all the charms. He says solid, he says, is that the language of love? He says chick, chick, you torture me, zoot, are we living? I'm thinking of leaving him flat. He says dig, dig, the jump, the old ticker is given. No, he gets on plainer than that. He says murder, he says, every time we kiss. He says murder, he says, keep it up like this and that. Murder, he says, in that apostle tone, will bring on nobody's murder but his own. He says Jackson, he says, and my name's Marie. He says Jackson, he says, shoot the snoot to me. He says Jackson, he says, is that the language of love? He says walk, walk, he says, when he likes my hat. He says what the heck is that? He says woo, woo, he says, is that the language of love? He says pep, pep with helium. Now, babe, we're cooking, and other expressions to it. He says we're into groove, and Dick Groove is good looking. He sounds like his uppers don't fit. He says